How the government is secretly draining your wallet, the dark truth about taxes they don't want you to know. What if I told you, the government is quietly draining your wallet every single day, and it's perfectly legal? Today, I'm exposing the dark truth about taxes they never taught you in school. Taxes that are hidden, disguised, and engineered so that most people never even notice them happening. Not just in your paycheck, not just once a year in April, but every moment you live, every mile you drive, every dollar you save, they're taking more. And they've been doing it for decades, right under your nose. They tell you taxes are the price we pay for civilization. But what they don't tell you is how those taxes multiply, overlap, and quietly bleed entire generations dry. Ordinary families, hardworking individuals, retirees, entrepreneurs, no one escapes. The rules are complex by design. The language is confusing by intent. The goal? To keep you too busy, too stressed, and too overwhelmed to ever ask the real questions. Who really benefits from these taxes? Where does the money actually go? And why is it that, no matter how hard you work, the finish line always seems to move just a little further away? Tonight we pull back the curtain. We reveal the 7 hidden mechanisms draining your wealth, faster than you can earn it, and we show you how to fight back. By the end of this investigation, you'll uncover the 7 hidden traps, the quiet taxes, fees, and financial drains that are eroding your wealth every single day. Taxes that aren't just printed on your paycheck, they're embedded in the cost of your groceries, hidden in your rent, buried in your utility bills, and cleverly tucked inside almost every decision you make without even realizing it. These are not the taxes they teach you about in school. These are the ones they hope you never notice, because if you did, you'd start asking dangerous questions. And dangerous questions threaten a system built on your silence. Stay with me until the end, because not only will you see exactly how these hidden taxes work, but you'll also learn the strategies to defend yourself and take back control of your money, your freedom, and your future. After tonight, you'll never look at your paycheck or your government the same way again. Let me paint a picture for you. In 2024, the average American paid over 40% of their income in taxes. Not just federal income taxes, not just state taxes, but sales taxes, property taxes, gas taxes, utility taxes, inflation taxes, hidden fees tucked into every transaction you make. 40 cents of every dollar you earn, gone, before you even get a chance to build a future for yourself or your family. And that's just the beginning. You're not just taxed when you earn, you're taxed when you spend, you're taxed when you save, you're taxed when you invest, you're even taxed when you die, leaving one final bill for your loved ones to pay. Imagine that. A system so deeply embedded into your life that it reaches into your home, your car, your meals, your dreams. A system that makes sure you pay for simply existing. And through it all, you're told it's normal, that it's for the greater good. But when you look closer, when you connect the dots, you'll realize the deck is stacked, and you're not meant to win. This is why it matters, because every day you stay unaware is another day the system profits from your silence. They call it natural market movement. They say it's just how economies grow. But in reality, inflation is one of the cruelest taxes you'll ever pay, and you never even see it coming. Every year the dollars in your pocket lose a little more power. A loaf of bread that cost $1 a few years ago now costs $3. A gallon of milk, $5. Gas for your car, $6 a gallon in some places. And what did you do to cause this? Nothing. Inflation is engineered through government policy, printing more money, devaluing currency, causing prices to rise. While your paycheck stays almost exactly the same, it's theft. But unlike a thief in the night, inflation robs you slowly, year after year, until you realize the life you dreamed of is now priced out of reach. Every time you fill your gas tank, you feel the pain. But what most people don't realize is that a huge chunk of that pain is taxes. In fact, when you pay at the pump, you're not just paying for gas, you're paying for federal gas taxes, state gas taxes, and in some places even local gas taxes stacked on top. In California, you're paying nearly $1.18 per gallon in taxes. sometimes more than the gas itself. But they don't itemize it clearly. It's hidden, buried in the price. Another quiet, legal siphoning, while you're just trying to get to work, to school, to see your family. You need clothes, you need shoes, you need soap, toothpaste, furniture, school supplies, essentials for life, right? And yet, the government finds a way to tax them all. Every time you check out at the grocery store, the mall, the pharmacy, you're paying sales tax, 7% here, 10% there, 12% somewhere else. A constant, gnawing bite every time you try to live your life. And the worst part, sales taxes hit the working class the hardest. If you're struggling to afford basic necessities, sales taxes are proportionally draining more of your income. While billionaires barely feel them at all, it's a system designed to be invisible and unfair. You saved for years. You sacrificed vacations, nights out, even basic comforts, just to buy your piece of the American dream, that dream home. And when you finally get the keys, when you finally walk through the door for the first time, feeling that overwhelming pride, there's one bitter truth they never told you. You don't actually own it. You're simply renting it from the government forever. If you stop paying your property taxes, even after your mortgage is paid off, they can and will seize your home, sell it, kick you out, without hesitation. And what's worse, property taxes aren't predictable. They rise year after year after year, at the whims of politicians, local governments, school districts, entities you have no real control over. Your forever home can slowly become unaffordable while you're still living in it. The house you bought with blood, sweat, and sacrifice can be ripped away, simply because you can't keep up with an invisible bill that never ends. Ownership? It's an illusion. And the cost could be everything. They tell you to invest, be smart, build your wealth, plan for the future, and when you finally win, when you finally make good choices and grow your money, guess who's there? Hand outstretched. The government. It's called a capital gains tax, and it punishes you for succeeding. Sell a stock you held for years, 15%, 20%, sometimes even more goes to them. Sell your home after it appreciates, taxed. Sell your small business you built from the ground up, taxed. They take when you lose. They take when you win. And somehow, they convince you it's fair. But the truth is, the harder you work to secure your financial future, the more aggressively they come for it. It's not just about taxing income anymore. It's about taxing dreams. And making sure you never truly break free. You think you're paying a fair price. A plane ticket that says $199. A phone plan advertised at $49. Seems reasonable, until the final bill arrives. $325 for the flight. $78 for the phone. Why? Hidden taxes, disguised as fees. Regulatory recovery charges. Facility fees. 911 service fees. Energy surcharges. Fancy names designed to confuse you, to hide the true cost, and to quietly siphon more of your money. It's taxation without transparency, death by 1,000 cuts. And if you don't pay those hidden fees, you can't fly, you can't call, you can't function in modern society. It's a silent tax on your freedom to live. You worked your whole life, saved, built something meaningful to pass on, maybe a house, a business, some investments for your children, your grandchildren. But when you die, the government sees one last opportunity, the estate tax. If your estate is large enough, they take up to 40% before your family even sees a penny. 40%. Everything you built, gone. And the worst part? Families often have to sell homes, businesses, or land just to pay the tax bill. Generations of wealth destroyed in a single government transaction. Even in death, you are taxed. The final theft. A brutal reminder that freedom, even in America, often comes with terms and conditions. One tax here, another tax there, a few cents at the pump, a few dollars on your groceries, a few thousand on your home. It doesn't seem like much in the moment, it's designed that way, but over a lifetime, these tiny leaks in your financial bucket turn into a flood. Every dollar taxed is a dollar not invested, not saved, not passed down. Every hidden fee is a delayed dream. Every inflated price is a stolen opportunity. Add it all up. The silent tax of inflation, the daily tax of gas and groceries, the lifetime tax of property and income, the death tax at the end. And for the average American, more than half of everything they ever earn quietly disappears, without protest, without even noticing. That's not just a tax on your money, it's a tax on your life. Awareness is the first step, because once you see the game, you can finally play it, and maybe even win. You don't have to just sit back and watch your money disappear. Smart strategies can shield your income and your future. Max out your retirement accounts like 401(k)s and IRAs. They're legally protected from many taxes. Track every deduction you can, from business expenses to educational credits. Rethink where you live. Some states have no income tax at all. Imagine what that could mean for your future. Learn how to invest smarter, not just harder, using tax-efficient strategies. These moves might seem small individually, but together, they can save you tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands, over your lifetime. The system is complicated on purpose. But now, you're no longer powerless, you're informed, you're dangerous, and they fear an informed citizen more than anything else. Now you know the truth, but millions are still blind to it. If this opened your eyes, even just a little, smash that like button right now. Comment "Wake Up" down below. Let's see how many of us are finally seeing through the lies. Share this video with someone you care about, someone whose future matters. And don't forget to subscribe, because next time, we're diving even deeper. I'm exposing how the biggest corporations dodge taxes legally, and how you can use some of their secrets to protect your own wealth. You won't want to miss it.